One of my favorite things to do at the end of the year is reflect on some things that worked well for me, some things that didn't, changes I want to make, things I want to bring into the new year. So today I'm just going to chat with you about some of my goals for 2025, my reading goals, my channel goals, and some book adjacent goals. So we'll start with my channel goals because those are more, I guess, concrete things. There's not really any abstract here's why I'm thinking these things. So my first goal is my subscriber goal. I think I'm gonna go with 7.5k. That feels very attainable with my growth that I've had in the past. My next goal is to not specifically change the content that I've been making, but there are some videos that I've been moving away from and things I've been gravitating towards. So I want to lean into those things. And it's interesting because these things that I am more interested in now are the things that I started off my channel because of. I've talked about this a little bit before, but before I had a channel, would be like, oh, I should do this for a video. I could do this for a video. This would be a fun way to group books together to read different things. I was just very inspired by the community. And at one point, I just decided I'm going to give it a go. And I feel like my love for creating content and coming up with these fun ideas is what really keeps me motivated because I'm always enjoying what I'm doing. Obviously, I love reading and that is my hobby, but on top of that, I really like the video creation aspect of it. So I really want to get back into doing more challenge videos and reading things from lists, things like that, instead of reading, oh, here's 3 isolated books, which I think I did lean into more this year. And based on analytics, I don't think people are enjoying watching that as much, and I'm not enjoying making it as much. So I really want to lean into my more creative ideas and just really get back into completely having fun with it. There was a lot of things happening this year in my personal life that led me to making some of these easier videos with just picking 3 books that fit a theme because I just couldn't handle doing anything else. And this is my job. I'm very blessed to be able to do that. So you can be on the lookout for some things like that from me. I love reading books because of things like other people's favorites, reading it because it made some best list, just different things like that. And then challenges like swapping my screen time for reading, spinner wheels, pick things. That's where I see my content going and prioritizing even more. I feel like I have been doing that recently, but I want to make it my main focus. I want to continue to do community focused things. I think that I really excelled at that this past year. I was very grateful to co-host multiple book clubs and readathons. I love readathons. I love seeing everybody come together and working towards a goal or reading a specific book together and just being able to talk about that with everybody. So I want to continue doing that. I guess my passion more so is towards readathons, but I really do love book clubs as well, even though I'm not hosting any public ones anymore. I would love to both co-host and be a general participant. Speaking of readathons, I will let you know that my readathon, Escape the Readathon, which is a competitive team-based readathon where the goal is to be the one team to escape whatever situation we are in, is returning in May. This will be the 3rd year of it. I truly love this readathon. I think it's so much fun. It's very interactive, and I have ways that are coming this year that will make it even easier for everybody to participate, which I'm really excited about. I understand that it can be a bit of an overwhelming readathon, but I am introducing an aspect that will make it easier for people to feel like they're contributing at all times. I don't know where I was going with this. I don't know what I've said already. Something was just delivered to the house and Bowser was barking the whole time, so very distracted. Anyway, Escape the Readathon will be returning in May. We will be going on a cruise. It will be easier than ever for everybody to participate, and I'm truly so excited. Like, it's going to be so much fun. So, my goals for reading. My goal every year is 100 books. I easily hit that number. I'm not specifically trying to hit any number, but I just read a lot. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. If you have anything to say about audiobooks, do not talk to me about it unless it's positive. And because of the way my brain processes things, I do listen to them very fast. Not because I'm trying to read any faster or whatever, but if I don't listen to it that fast, my brain wanders. So anyway, I want to read 100 books. I will almost certainly read more than that. My reading has gone down this year compared to years in the past because I'm trying to prioritize doing other things besides reading, but I'm obviously still going to read a lot, and I don't like to leave the house a lot either. With that and my whole statement on audiobooks, I do want to prioritize reading physical books a little bit more because I feel like I ignore the books that don't have audiobooks. And I don't really want that to be the case. If something doesn't have an audiobook or the audiobook is being released later, I'll be like, I'm just gonna wait. And I don't really want to be doing that. I will always love audiobooks, but there are a lot of indie self-published books that don't have audiobooks, and I want to read more of those. I also want to expand my reading, so my top genres are always going to be horror and thriller. I truly cannot see that ever not being the case, but I want my reading to be a little more well-rounded. So my plan is for my primary genres to be horror and thriller, obviously, and then my secondary genres to be romantasy, romance, and sci-fi with like maybe a little bit of fantasy as well. I've just been really enjoying reading more broadly than just horror and thriller, and I do think that it lets me appreciate horror and thriller books even more whenever I'm reading with more variety. Specifically this year, I took a big break from a lot of thrillers because I feel like I was reading too many, and there were just too many that were similar or not unique enough, and I was just not having a good time. But recently I've been reading more and getting back into that. Like, I've had such a good time, and I'm really excited to be reading more thrillers. So I think that having a mix of genres that I'm constantly reading will make it so that I don't get that burnout. And then my last reading goal is to read my physical TBR. I don't know exactly what my goal with this is. So last year I made it my goal to read every book on my physical TBR by the end of the year. I was like, I just want to have maybe 10 books. And I've kind of failed that. So I think moving forward, I think I want my goal to be that I don't want books to be on my shelves longer than a year. So in 2025, I have to read all of the books from my TBR that I got in 2024. And I think that is the way that I'm going to prioritize reading from my shelves, because I don't have a huge number of books, but it's overwhelming to me when I have books that I'm not sure if I'm going to really like anymore because I've had them for too long. So my set plan is to read every book that I got the previous year and not carry those into the next year. If I don't read them, I don't want them anymore. So reading my TBR this year, I got too ambitious, took on too many other things, and ended up being like really excited about those and not reading from my shelves. And I've just been buying books and not really reading a lot of them. I'm reading some of them, not all of them, and the ones that I've had on my shelves longer than that are just continuing to get pushed off, and I don't like that cycle. That is a cycle I will be breaking in 2025. Books will not be on my TBR longer than a year, and reading the ones from my shelves that I got in 2024 and 2025 will be a huge priority, because in theory, those are the books I am the most excited about. I will always forever use my library though. And then some kind of book adjacent, channel adjacent goals. I want 2025 to be my year of schedule. This is my job. I am so grateful for the ability to do this, talk to you about books, read books full time. And I'm only able to do that because of Adam, my husband, and the people that support me on Patreon. Like, truly, I cannot say how much I appreciate anybody who is in my Patreon for supporting me over there, and everybody here for watching my videos and liking and commenting. Like, it truly helps so much. I plan on sticking around here, but with that, it's really easy to have no sense of work-life balance, have no sense of schedule. So I want to really start waking up at the same time, starting to do things at the same time, ending the day at the same time, taking actual breaks, and not being like, well, I'm just gonna do this one thing and then it's accidentally 3 a.m. and I'm still working on things. I don't want to do that. I very much love making videos, reading, all of this stuff, but I feel like right now I'm at a point where it has taken over all of my life. I have no hobbies outside of this, which takes me into my next category, which is hobbies. I want to have more hobbies for audiobooks because I love audiobooks. I've been enjoying diamond painting, and I recently got some nice markers and a coloring book, so I have been doing that. I want to get back into crocheting. I just don't want to be playing mindless games on my phone when I'm listening to audiobooks, and I don't always have chores to do or I'm ignoring them. So I'm looking for other things that I can do that are not mindless, but don't require a lot of thought. Diamond painting is probably my favorite thing that I have found so far. I really like crocheting, but I'm a little limited to what I can do with that because some patterns require more thought. So I want to kind of explore maybe some different things. If you have any suggestions for what you like to do when you listen to audiobooks besides cleaning, please let me know. And then the last thing that I want to prioritize is really decorating my space. I started doing that this year. I painted an accent wall, which turned into a whole thing being painted, which I am very happy with. I want to hang things up on my walls. I don't really do that because it just feels like a lot of work, but I want to actually do it. Make this space something that I really love, things that I'm excited about hanging up. Make it so that there's more visually exciting things in videos. I just want to continue making this a space that I really like and decorating things besides my bookshelves. So those are all of my reading channel and other bookish kind of goals for 2025. I'd love to know what your goals for the new year are. I'm really excited for all the bookish things in 2025. If you made it to the end and want to leave me an emoji to say you were here, you can leave me, is there like the to-do list, like clipboard checkbox thing? That, or just a check mark? That works. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you soon. Bye.